We start with 81,000. And at the end of year one, it's 0. Right? Because the assumption is that there is a linear reduction of stock. Production is going on steady for the whole period. This means here you do, at the end of the year, you do not need any funding anymore. At the beginning of the year, you need to have 81,000. So in average, this is for the 1,250. Well, 40,500. Yes, you are right. It's 40,500. And it's, by the way, what happens in the other alternative. Here you have stock. You have 1,500 units times 0.54. This is just let me see. If you have it's 800. 810. And that reduces very constantly. So in this case, you have an average of 400 over the year. Is it okay for everybody? Yes? No? What is your question? Everything?
No. Just I really don't get the unit cost.
The unit cost?
Yeah.
The assumption is that when you order 150,000, then the unit costs are 0.54.
Yes, but in the other one.
In the other one, you order 100 times 1,500. In total, the same amount, but unit cost increase to 0.55. That is the difference.
Mệt quá.
So one is gradually.
Exactly. Both are gradually, but you have a discount when you order a high volume, and which you don't have when you order steadily.
So you get a discount with the second option, right?
Here you get the discount with a high order quantity. Here you do not get the discount. Wait. More questions?
Regarding the average, so dividing by 2, that's what. Why do we divide by 2? That's what I didn't understand.
The reason is that at the beginning you need to have funding for 81,000 units for the full amount. But during the year you sell these units. You do not need the funding anymore. So here you don't pay anything because your inventories are 0. That means in average you need funding for the 40,500. because the assumption is that inventories go down on a linear curve. I'm here to assist. So if anything is open, you're welcome.
Professor, the interest rate, is it the opportunity cost of getting funding or investing?
It is based in, yeah, you are, good question. In this case, it's both. The idea is that in the one case you have additional funding, so it's for getting the funding more, rather than for investing. Your assumption is that you have liquidity, which could be put on a banking account or so. In our case, we assume we need additional funding for the bond. Max?
This interest rate just appears in the first, so it just appears one time for the one battery would buy then.
No, it occurs in the alternative one.
Yeah.
You have small order quantities. That means you have small inventory levels. And that means you have a small amount of just, in average, 400 euros to be funded.
The whole period of 1 year.
Yeah, exactly. In the alternative 2, you have the 80,100. In average, about 40,500 to be funded.
So we expect that we fund like every single transaction because
Yeah, okay, the assumption is that you need to have funding to organize funding. Yeah,
that's why we have like the
yeah,
lower interest rates on the share.
yeah, exactly. More questions? So this is basically what we discuss later on, working capital management. So the question is, what are the costs for working capital, for having inventories? So to summarize, what did you learn today?
The cost on stock.
Cost on stock. What else?
Relevant costing.
Relevant cost. What else? Make or buy.
One time on this.
Opportunity cost. And I remember your first input. Sunk cost. Anything else? That was the second part of the lecture. In the first part of the lecture,
Cái này là gửi lại.
different denominator concepts. What else?
Production volume.
We have used that production volume variance. And
Different
when you think about
capacities.
pardon?
Capacity. Theoretical capacity.
That were the denominator concepts, yes. And think about the very beginning of the lecture.
Profit differences between
Yeah, and what did we discuss in?
if production and
Yeah, but the
Financial and managerial accounting.
the general question was how helpful variable costing could be, and what are the problems in using financial accounting and using absorption costing income statements for management evaluation. Thank you so much. See you next week in any case.